Now, to bring this teaching to life, my lovely wife has kindly agreed to demonstrate this on me. She's going to take her right hand and slap my right cheek, just like in the original cultural context.
Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation. Well, it all started when I wanted to bring a historical Jesus account to life. But to get there, we've got to start at the beginning. So hit that subscribe button, because you don't want to miss this one.
We're told Jesus was peaceful, that he turned the other cheek, walked the extra mile and blessed the meek. The popular image is simple: robe, sandals, soft-spoken grace, a man who taught people to submit to suffering and offer forgiveness, even to the cruelest of enemies. But what if we've misunderstood him? Or more accurately, what if we missed cultural nuances within the culture at the time? After all, this was written in the 1st and 2nd centuries. So what taboos, cultural norms, societal expectations were held? And why, when we layer the historical Jesus' words on top of them, does the message change? What if Jesus wasn't just kind, but cunning? Let's go beyond Sunday school and examine the historical record. Today we're digging into the real teachings of Jesus with the help of accredited scholars, theologians and historians. Because when you read the Gospels in context in a Roman-occupied Judea, something changes. Jesus wasn't just a prophet of peace. He was a master of protest, a non-violent saboteur of the empire, a dangerous figure whose ideas could topple kingdoms. Let's take a look at 5 of Jesus' most misunderstood teachings and see how they were meant to undermine unjust systems, not uphold them.
Sorry to interrupt your video. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you'd give the little subscribe button a little tickle, would much appreciate. Anyway, back to the video.
Go the extra mile. If anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them too. Matthew 5:41. In Roman law, soldiers could legally compel civilians to carry their gear, but only for 1 mile. Any further and the soldier would be breaking military law and be subject to punishment. Such punishments could include flogging, demotion, or worse, depending on the severity and the judgment of the officer. So when Jesus says go 2 miles, he's not encouraging servitude, he's saying use their own laws against them. As a renowned theologian and scholar, Walter Wink once wrote, Jesus' instruction to go the 2nd mile was a form of resistance. It put the soldier in legal jeopardy and reasserted the dignity of the oppressed. You see, it's not passive, it's strategic defiance, forcing the oppressor to feel the weight of their own cruelty. Give them your robe also. If anyone wants to sue you and take your tunic, let him have your cloak as well. Matthew 5:40. You see, in ancient Judea, most people only owned 2 garments, an undertunic and an outer cloak. To give away both would leave you naked, which in Jewish culture didn't shame you, but shamed the one who caused it. This teaching wasn't about giving more than what was asked. It was about forcing the accuser to look like a monster in public. As Dr. Amy Jill Levine, who is one of the most accredited and respected scholars in biblical studies, explains, in a culture of honour and shame, Jesus' teaching here is a brilliant way to expose injustice without violence, by turning the system on itself. So Jesus is arming the poor man with social leverage, not just telling him to surrender. The first shall be the last, and the last shall be the first. So in Matthew it reads, "So the last will be first and the first will be last," from Matthew 20 verse 16. To us it sounds poetic, but to Roman elites and temple authorities it was explosive. In the empire, hierarchy was divine, status meant everything. Jesus' statement was on a direct attack of that worldview. He's saying God's kingdom doesn't care about titles, birthright, wealth, social ranking. None of it counts. As Dr. Dominic Crossan, a foremost researcher on the historical Jesus and a highly accredited voice in the biblical scholarship, explains, Jesus' reversal of roles challenges not only imperial value, but also religious expectations. It is a revolutionary ethic of radical equality. So Jesus is dismantling the idea of inherent privilege. This wasn't comfort, it was a rebuke to every priest and every politician. You cannot serve God and Mammon. No one can serve two masters. You cannot serve God and Mammon. Matthew 6:24. Mammon here is more than just money. It's the spirit of wealth, of greed, of the exploitative economy. Under Roman rule, peasant farmers were crushed by taxes. The wealthy elite benefited from temple tithes and imperial tribute. Debt slavery was common, so Jesus isn't just criticizing greed, he's condemning the entire system. As the famous N.T. Wright, who is one of the most influential and accredited New Testament scholars in the world, explains, Jesus' teaching strikes at the core of Roman economic ideology. Mammon is not simple wealth, it is wealth that has become an idol, a rival god. So by saying you must choose, Jesus was calling people to abandon the empire's gods, including its economy. Turn the other cheek. If someone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to them the other also, Matthew 5:39. This is probably one of the most famously misunderstood lines in the Bible. To slap someone's right cheek, you'd actually have to use a backhand, a gesture of dominance, usually used by someone asserting power over an inferior. So when you turn the other cheek, you're not showing submission, you're engaging in a non-violent defiance that refuses to accept humiliation. Turning the other cheek forces the attacker to either use their open hand, which culturally signifies treating you as an equal, or refuse to strike you again, thus losing face and exposing their own injustice. As Walter Wink explains in Jesus and Non-Violence, a Third Way, turning the other cheek is an act of resistance. It disrupts the power dynamic and exposes injustice without retaliation. This resistance without revenge, courage without cruelty, it works because it makes oppression awkward, shameful, and public. Now to bring this teaching to life, my lovely wife has kindly agreed to demonstrate this on me. She's going to take her right hand and slap my right cheek, just like in the original cultural context. You can do better than that. Okay. So if I turn the other cheek, she has to either slap me again, which would imply I'm her equal, or lose face. Let's see what she does. That's equality right there, folks.
You can take the thumbs up out if you want.
No, that's staying in. So there we have it. 5 teachings of Jesus, all hiding clever acts of rebellion behind what seems like soft words. This isn't the Jesus of colouring books and car bumper stickers. This is the revolutionary rabbi standing against the empire, inequality and exploitation, armed only with stories, silence and submersive truth. I hope this historical account of Jesus shows that he wasn't just a follower of broken rules and systems, he was a challenger of them. He sought justice against all odds. Now on to channel news. Thanks for watching today's episode of The Obelisk. We're well on our way to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Your support makes all the difference in that effort. Seriously, every comment, like and share helps spread these forgotten truths. A lot of the videos lately come directly from your suggestions, so keep them coming. I read every single one of your ideas and add it to the list, and chances are it'll become a full episode. We recently put out a video on the Kish tablet because someone asked for it, and now it's one of the most watched episodes on the channel. Also, if you run a channel and think a collab would be a cool pairing, let me know. I've already done one with a published author who follows the Old Norse pagan ways. We dove deep into myth and ritual. It's all about building bridges between paths. And with that, I'll leave you with this final thought. Sometimes the most dangerous thing you can do is let others define you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.